Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing some just benchmarks, I guess you could say, around Tyria with the Ryzen 7 5800. Now keep in mind I have the OEM version, which I had to overclock to 4.85 gigahertz. The standard clock speed is 4.6, so I just wanted to get it closer to the retail speed for the X variant. But that's the only thing overclocked. And I am on an RX 6800 XT. Alright, I'm not going to really talk too much through this video. I'm just going to mainly just fly around. Look back at the display stuff real quick. You can see everything's maxed out. The only thing I did was turn off VSync and put motion blur all the way down. Everything else, render sampling, I left it native. I noticed if I put it on super sample, it doesn't really make a difference, even though I enabled that option in my graphics drivers. It didn't seem to really help, so I just left that. And I am on 1080p. Alright, so we're just going to go to a few places. We're not going to do any events. I was hoping do Taco, or whatever you want to call it, that would be some big event like Lay in Line Anomaly, but I'm not trying to record for 67 minutes. I know y'all don't want to watch a video that long. But, alright, so let's get at it.
I heard a magical storm hit Amnu, just like the one on our horizon. A brand storm.
Alright, we're going to go to a different location now. I'm trying to make a point to just travel, you know, a little bit across each map we go to. That way y'all can at least get a generalized average. Alright, so next place we're going to go is we'll go to just Crystal Desert, actually, because that's actually a pretty heavy area. Alright, I'll stop talking now. I will, I'm just saying this now, I'll talk a little bit towards the end, perhaps. That way I can give my opinion. That just came from a Ryzen 5 1600 and an RX 480, so it's a big difference for me depending on the location and what I'm doing. So, alright, let's do some running around.
won't forget
I'm
this.
very hungry. Feel the fury.
They're almost in. Push them back.
Alright, time for the next area. Trying to focus mainly on the expansion areas because they're more heavy in terms of graphical fidelity, so it's generally more of a brunt of a hit. But we will definitely do at least a couple spots in this area. I'm gonna do at least one Heart of Thorns area, so we might do Verdant Brink in this Auric Basin
Wicked lay enhanced
just to walk around.
Wow, that's quality armor.
Thank you so much. Take a look.
Small little event we can do. They're trying to get, I think they're bubbles and things. They're worth some money. But it's good for testing for FPS. As you can tell, we got 29. It's nowhere near like a ley line, of course, but it's a good substitute, I suppose. I'll let you all know what the loot is if I get one. I think it's a bauble, like a shiny bauble or something like that. Essentially, at certain times of the day, during the daytime, bosses show up that you can fight and just get a chance in the loot. Let me see if I got one. It's a pretty simple type of event. Didn't get one. Pretty fast pace. Alright, boss. Here we go. Rip.
Impressive combination.
Close.
I haven't got one yet. We won't stick around too much longer. I'm just using this as a good benchmark. Say about another 45 seconds we'll stay here, I believe. Or this boss right here. Oh yeah, I want to see some actual benchmarks. Just sitting here, not no benchmark. Alright. Did we win this time? Yes we did, yeah, shiny bauble. So let's see, get somewhere safe real quick. It is worth 30 silver. So I mean, it's pretty easy. Very easy money. Alright, so now we'll just head. May as well kill this boss since we're heading this way anyways. Already dead. Alright, he's already dead. Alright. We won't go too far in this map since we just spend a lot of time there. We'll just go about half. We'll go pretty much to this little area right here. That we can at least get map performance, generalized map performance. Just, you know, exploring. Alright, time to stop talking now. Alright, we'll head to Auric Basin now. We're just gonna do a loop around the map essentially.
Move.
Mine. All mine.
want to go that way, do I? It's been forever since I've been on this side of the map. I usually stay directly on the east and on the far from there. Look at the map, but not bad, everybody. Just generally don't come to this side of the map. You go this way. Yeah, I know it said 268 FPS, but that was because I was in the map. Maybe this way. Gotta find out. It looks pretty dangerous. You know I'm brave. There we go. I remember this area. Well, vaguely, I just remember that waterfall. I'm trying to stay on the ground as much as possible because you know that's the more realistic FPS. You know, most people are on the ground. But I'm not fighting the pocket raptors. I hate pocket raptors. Oh man, especially as a thief. Because, yeah, dangerous. Alright, we made it back to the north side, I believe. Let's be darn sure. Sure. Yep, north side, so we'll go to a different area now. Alright, this time we'll go to Central Tyria. We'll probably do, I need to do dry top anyways. I need to get my quartz crystals. Oh, wrong one. I went to the wrong place. Alright, we'll just have to, I guess, go over to the next waypoint. Shouldn't be too far. I might could just fly there, honestly. This way. Yeah, I could probably fly there. It's probably easier. Yeah. I'm not sure if many people know this, but sometimes it depends on the Asaurans. I forgot exactly what event it is. Something about one of the forts or something. That if it's held by us, forts. Oh, there it is.
In other words,
forts right here spawns in.
Magically
Not always.
charged
You
rock
have to
specifically.
deal with
No
the
restraint
Asaurans.
necessary.
Error. Cargo.
Sweet.
Additional
Next
power
area.
required.
Guess we'll go to Lion's Arch because that's a pretty, you know, just heavy place in general with all the players. Alright, we're gonna just hang around the bank, the merchants for Black Lion over there, and then the crafting stations, because that's where the majority are at. So that's where the heaviest hits of FPS will be at.
My word.
find?
Shall we? Any questions? No? All right.
Alright, good. Next area now. Let's see. Central Tyria area.
All have a place in the eternal alchemy.
Let's go ahead to Queensdale, since it's a pretty starter area where everyone looks like will end up one day.
Do you think we have to go on the road to get that? No.
Your will be broken.
She has a plan, I'm sure.
Alright, let's see. Maybe one more map. Let's see. I guess we can do, perhaps Bloodstone Fen. That's a pretty small map, and you know it's pretty congested with a lot of stuff going on. Start off at the airship. This will be the last map, I think. Try not to make it too long a video. I mean, yeah, I could go to every single place in the game, but you know. See if I can land without dying. Ha, I did it, yo. Alright. Oh wow, the FPS is better than I thought it would be. I have not been here at all since I got my new hardware. I'm about to say I'll probably just have to fight this guy. I want to get closer in crystal.
All shiny.
Alright, yeah, I think this is as good a place as any to be safe while I talk for a minute. I'm gonna try not to talk too much, but one thing to keep in mind when it comes to Guild Wars 2, you don't really need to focus on the graphics card so much. So I know that's very hard to get these days, very hard. I had to go get a pre-built just to rip it out and put it in my build. Still spent about $1,500 for the processor and the graphics card that I wanted. So I know in the end, it's still, I didn't pay a scalper, you know what I mean? I got a whole extra case, memory, hard drive, all that. So all in all, I pretty much got the graphics card and all that at MSRP prices. I just had to get all the other stuff I didn't want. However, for Guild Wars 2, the processor, I come from the old Ryzen 5 1600, which was a pretty bad processor, honestly. And just in general, if you're coming from hardware that old, like 4 or 5 years ago, it's a massive jump in performance. I would always get, you know, like 30, 40 FPS everywhere, no matter what. Whether it was anyone there but me or not, it didn't matter. It was always 30 to 40 FPS. Occasionally, I get 60, but it depends on the map, obviously. Central Tyria mainly. But as y'all can tell, like right now, I'm just sitting here at 133 FPS. There's some stuff going on. But for stuff like world bosses and leyline anomaly, I was getting before like 3 FPS, and now I'm getting like 9. So in situations like that, it doesn't really matter too much. However, over at Isle of Istan, over at Champions Dawn, this place right here specifically, I'm sure the CPU matters too, but the graphics card has a big role in this area because it's, well, all the shaders, the reflections, and if they're using forward rendering, and every time a light touches, like for example the rock on, this monolith right here, or whatever you call it, just a rock or whatever, Every time my light touches it, it has to draw it again and again and again, and that includes the shadows. So all these, this is a very small area, you know, so the reflections are pretty heavy here. Let's go do a test. Why not, right? We're already here. Alright, let's head on over there. Try to get somewhere safe where I'm not, you know, getting slaughtered. I was trying to get somewhere where no one's in it, you know, just outright kill me. Alright, right now, let's just let it stabilize my FPS out. Try to find one that's worst, I guess you could say. It dropped 68. See if it 71. That's better than it was. Well, in terms of what I'm trying to show y'all. All right, 72 FPS. All right, if I turn off reflections completely, I'm still at 71 FPS. All right. Now I'm at 106 FPS according to options. 109, 107. So yeah, I'm pretty much getting almost double the FPS I just had. So yeah. It's a very GPU heavy area. So in terms of graphics card, these types of areas, especially Path of Fire, graphics card does help a lot. But the majority of the game is still CPU bound regardless. Like I said, I'm sure the CPU has something to do with this area too. But this rock right here, this is a bunch of rocks. This isn't just a single rock. So every time a light touches it, every shadow that touches it has to draw it again and again and again and again. And that includes the reflections, and that's for every object in this area. If it's using forward rendering, they could be using deferred, but I don't think that was really around back then. If it was pretty unique at the time. This is a pretty dated engine, so yeah. So certain areas the GPU does really help, but it's not as important as you would think, unless you're in an area like this. Aside from that, the CPU is the thing that matters. And like I said before, I was getting a consistent 30 to 40 FPS, no matter where I was at. Whether it was any players nearby, just all by my lonesome. And occasionally I'd hit 60, but that was pretty rare. But yeah, to me, especially for a processor, it was definitely worth the upgrade. Now, I wasn't on last generation hardware. I was like, you know, 3 generations old, 4 generations older. So for me, it was definitely worth the improvement. I can't make the decision for y'all if y'all are on, you know, Zen 2 hardware, which is the last generation Ryzens and stuff like that. I can't make that decision for y'all because I really don't know the performance on that compared to this. But if you're on really old hardware like I was, it's definitely worth the upgrade. And I know I'm speaking like a broken record here. If you can get the hardware, like the graphics card, do it. But I know that's, you know, pretty hard to get these days. So it's a good thing this game doesn't really require that so much, except for certain isolated areas like this. So if you can just get a good processor, like the Ryzen 7 5800, it's definitely worth it. Yeah. If y'all have any questions or want me to record certain areas, please let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to do that. I'm a game developer all the time, so I don't always have the time to do this, but this is one of my favorite games ever. So yeah. Alright, y'all. If y'all have any questions, please let me know, or if you have any suggestions or like locations you want me to go, please let me know as well. Alright, y'all take care. Bye bye.